Hi, I'm Chef Kevin Belton. One of my favorite dishes, I love eggs. And today, we're going to cook a frittata in our Presto 16-inch family-style electric skillet. Oh, this is gonna be so wonderful. We're gonna start just a little oil. Not much, just get a little oil around. And we're gonna put in some bacon. I've diced our bacon, and basically, we just want this to just stir around and get some crispy edges on it. You know, one of the nice things about this Presto electric skillet, temperature. The temperature is maintained. 225 degrees cooks eggs wonderfully. And so here, our temperature will be maintained, and we don't have to worry about our eggs overcooking. You know, eggs should be a nice light yellow when they're cooked, not brown. That means they're burning. You've overcooked them. And that's one of the easiest things to overcook are eggs. So while our bacon is sitting here browning off, let's go ahead and pay attention to our eggs. So in our eggs, we're going to do a little kosher salt. We're going to do a little bit of white pepper. And you know, I'm from New Orleans. I have to use a little bit of my Big Kev's Bayou blend seasoning. This is just a Creole seasoning that has many different herbs and spices in it. Don't be afraid, what makes it so red is paprika, but it's a nice flavor. So now let's just go ahead and whip our eggs together. You know, eggs are one of these dishes that they have such great flavor by themselves, but they lend themselves to using so many other things inside of them. So here, we're doing fresh basil. Now, if you're not a basil fan, you could use thyme, you could use parsley, you could use cilantro. We're gonna get in a little basil, and we're gonna do a little parsley. But like I said, cilantro works. Tarragon, if you're a tarragon fan, put in the ingredients that you like because that's what's the flavors that's gonna come out. So now we just have them whipped. Whipping the eggs gets a little air into them, and it keeps it nice and light and gets them nice and fluffy. So let's stir our bacon. You know, one of the advantages to using the electric skillet is that if you notice the sides, how deep this pan is, the sides come straight up. Sometime in a regular skillet, it has that curve to it. And when you're cooking eggs, if you've ever noticed, the eggs tend to rise up the sides of the pan. And if you're trying to make a lot for a family, it could go over. And now you have to clean the stove. Here, because our sides come straight up, oh, our eggs will stay in. Now, you can cook your bacon very crispy or just a little bit. Also, remember, we didn't use much oil in here just because of the fact that this bacon is going to render some fat. And you know, in rendering fat out of bacon, that means it's also going to give us flavor. So in our eggs, we've used herbs and a little seasoning. Here, this bacon is also going to give us a wonderful, wonderful flavor. If you look at our bacon, it hasn't gotten totally crispy yet. And this is just me personally, and remember, always cook to your personal taste. Our bacon will have a little bit of a bite to it, where it's not totally crispy and it'll fall apart. This way, it'll be, like they talk about with pasta, a little al dente, to the tooth. So in here now, let's go in with some red bell pepper. Just adds such a nice, wonderful flavor and color. You know, the red bell pepper are sweet, the yellow are sweet. You can use different colors. If you're a fan of the green, that's fine. And you know, there are some people that can't handle bell peppers. And you know what's nice? Leave them out, don't put them in. But the yellow or the reds and the lighter colors give such a sweetness to the dishes. We're also gonna put in a little zucchini. Now, we're doing zucchini. What's nice about this particular dish is that all around the country, we have our farmers markets popping up. We can go to the farmers market different times of the year and get those fresh vegetables that are in season. This can be a very, very healthy dish. Now, here in New Orleans, to put a little New Orleans twist to this, we have a sausage in New Orleans called andouille, which is a chopped ham that is made into a sausage and smoked. We could put a little andouille in here with some of our wonderful shrimp that come from the Gulf of Mexico. But you know, visit your farmers markets. Put in butternut squash. Put in fresh broccoli or cauliflower. Whatever vegetables are coming in fresh during the season, that's what you want to go ahead and put in here. Now, bacon is a little salty, and we put a little salt in our eggs, but you know, zucchini is fairly bland. So let's just do a little bit of salt here. And you know, zucchini doesn't take very long to cook. So we just want to saute just this for a little bit, only where it still has that little bite to it, okay? Texture, that's what we want. We want a little texture. Now, into this also, we're gonna do some fresh spinach, all right? Baby spinach can go in. And one thing about the spinach, it looks like a lot, but once we get our spinach to start cooking down, you're gonna see this is gonna shrink up very, very quick. Also, that little bit of salt we put in will also help season our spinach. But look at the freshness of this. You know, you can cook very healthy and very flavorful at the same time. Now, let's go ahead and cover this until our spinach gets wilted. You know, our Presto cover is made from tempered glass, so this will help keep that moisture in to wilt our spinach. Now our spinach is wilted. Let's remove our cover. And oh, I tell you, this smells so good. So we have feta cheese. Now we're gonna use feta cheese. You can use any cheese you like. I'm gonna put some of it in now. Save a little bit. We're gonna get in our eggs. And as we get our eggs in, we're gonna stir this around to make sure everything gets mixed in. All right? Just make sure your eggs get spread around all over the sides. Come on, baby. So we're gonna cook this roughly about 7 minutes. Periodically, just take your spatula or your spoon and just loosen the sides. Our frittata is starting to set. Now, let's just sprinkle on the remaining cheese and put our lid back on. Now we're gonna cook this 7, 8, 9 minutes, depending on how many eggs you use, until our frittata totally sets. What's nice about our family size electric skillet, it has a non-stick surface. That means it's stick-free cooking. Nothing will stick to it. The other great thing is cleaning. It's even dishwasher safe. The Control Master Heat Control regulates the desired temperature automatically. Our electric skillet can not only be used just for frittatas, but we can fry in it, we can roast in it, we can make a casserole in it. And that control keeps our temperature perfect automatically. What is really nice about our electric skillet that comes in a 16-inch family size is that we could take it right to the table and serve from it. Our frittata has set. Look at that. Doesn't this look so good? And I tell you, the smell from this is so fantastic. So the ingredients that you use will give you that flavor. So now let's just take our spatula and just, you know, personalize it to whatever size that you like, okay? Depending on the size you cut it, you may want to pull out 2 pieces at a time, 1 piece at a time, but I tell you what, this is so nice. It's almost like breakfast pizza, okay? Now, if you choose, we could put a little more cheese on the top of this, whatever cheese that you like. And we have made in our Presto family size electric skillet a meal for the entire family. Great way to use fresh vegetables and fresh produce, and we can just garnish this with a few strawberries around. And there you have brunch, breakfast, lunch, or dinner, our fresh vegetable frittata.